It's 4.3 step 2, using AI effectively and ethically. Let's take some notes. Question I want you to have in your mind: how do I use ChatGPT without getting in trouble, right? ChatGPT is a useful tool, and it's important for you guys to know that. It's not, I don't think that you have to think of it as something that's always off limits. It's just really important that we understand what is okay about using it and what is not okay. All right. So that's why I made this video. ChatGPT stands for, it's a chat bot from OpenAI. So that's what the chat is for. AI, of course, is artificial intelligence. And the GPT stands for Generative Pre-trained Transformer. And it's a new kind of technology that is really changing a lot about our world. And my favorite thing about it is that when you say it, it sounds like you're saying in French, cat, I farted. Chat, j'ai pété. Cat, I farted. And so that's pretty amazing. All right. So you're going to have to suffer through my memes now. You know that. So let's talk about some examples of using ChatGPT effectively and ethically. What can you use it for? How would be, what would be acceptable use? And so here's the first one that's acceptable: getting a general overview of a topic. Even asking what a theme means. And so, one of our themes was that we've been tracing is the power of voice to create truths. You can ask ChatGPT, what does the theme, the power of voice to create truths, mean? Just to get some basic understanding of that theme if it hasn't been clear to you yet. That would be totally appropriate. How about finding a quote to support your argument? You could ask, here's my argument, ChatGPT, and I need a quote to support it. What is a good quote? Now there's a trick with this one, and I'm going to come back to it in a minute. Another thing you could do, creating an outline to help structure your writing. You could say, okay, here are all my main points. How could I organize this? What would work the best way? Create an outline of these main points. Suggesting what you can add to paragraphs you already have. So I have this paragraph about Ted Lavender's death and focusing on how it's ironic. What else could I add to this paragraph? You could ask ChatGPT to correct minor errors like misspelled words. You could say, do I have any misspelled words here? How do I spell this word? Things like that. What else could you do? How else could you use ChatGPT effectively and ethically? How about getting a summary of what literary scholars have already said about a topic? So what have literary analysts, academic, literary folks, whatever term you want to use, said about characters using their voice in the things they carried? Just to get some kind of understanding about what's already been done, what exists out there. Finding an example of a point in the book you're writing about. I want to make a point about Rat Kiley losing his sanity. What's an example of that? Where can I find that in the book? Suggesting an idea to use for an opening or an ending. Here's my thesis statement. What would make a great opening line? And suggesting a transition from one idea to another. Here are my 2 points. How could I make a transition between these 2 ideas? What would work? And then finally, finding ideas of what is interesting about the language of a certain quote. You could say, okay, here's the quote I want to analyze. What is interesting about the language? Respond as if you were a literary analyst. So these are all appropriate things. Now, the trick with every one of these is what you do next, okay? It is important that you don't copy and paste the answer. That is when you're going to get yourself in trouble. So, examples of using ChatGPT ineffectively and unethically: copying and pasting the general overview of a topic into your essay as the background information in your introduction. That is not acceptable. That is plagiarism. That is cheating. Finding a quote to support your argument and using it without first finding it in the actual book. A lot of you did this with your essays this year, and it got you into trouble. Because you know what ChatGPT likes to do? It likes to make stuff up. It's called a hallucination when we're talking about the AI technology. And so ChatGPT thinks that there's a quote that's perfect for you, but it's actually making it up itself. It's engaged in what they call a hallucination. And so if you ask for a quote, you have to then find it in the book and then use the quote from the book with the page number. Okay? Otherwise, ChatGPT is going to just make stuff up and it's not even going to be a valid quote. Or if it is and you don't have a page number, then it's not effective anyway because you need to know the context. Creating an outline to help structure your writing and copying and pasting the ideas to use in your essay. You can ask for an outline and then use it to structure your ideas, but you can't copy and paste those ideas from ChatGPT to use in your essay. That's plagiarism. Suggesting what you can add to paragraphs you already have and copying and pasting the suggestions into the essay. So my question about what is ironic about Ted Lavender's death, when I asked ChatGPT that, they might give me a bunch of different ideas that I can then look for in the book and write about with my own words, okay? And the fact that ChatGPT pointed them out to me is okay, as long as I then go to the book and actually use real evidence from the book instead of just believing ChatGPT and copying and pasting. You also can't ask ChatGPT to revise your essay, because what it will do is it will change the language. It will change the words. It will change more than just fixing spelling errors. And that will come up as AI generated when I check. Okay, how about examples of using ChatGPT? Oh yeah, we're still doing the same thing. Here are a few more examples based on the earlier examples that were effective and ethical. All right, getting a summary of what literary scholars have already said about a topic and copying and pasting it into your essay. So you can use the summary to help you look for things in the new material, but you can't use it and copy and paste it and say these are your ideas. That's plagiarism. That's cheating. Finding an example of a point in the book you're writing about and using it without looking it up yourself. You're going to come into the same problems that you came into with hallucinations. So ChatGPT may come up with an example that is effective, that will work. And you can even ask ChatGPT, what chapter is that in? Because the pagination will probably be different for, whatever book they're looking at. But you can say, what chapter is that in? And if ChatGPT says, oh, I'm sorry, it's not actually in a chapter in the book, I apologize, blah, 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 then they have made it up. It's a hallucination. But sometimes they'll say, oh, this is in the chapter, the things they carried. And then you can go and look for it. And you can use the example if you find it, even though ChatGPT pointed you in that direction. How about suggesting an idea to use for an opening or an ending and copying and pasting it? That's plagiarism, right? Ask for a suggestion and then create your own based on some of the tips that you've been given. It's just like asking a buddy, just like asking a different teacher. You can ask for help from them. You just can't take their words and say they're yours. It's the same principle here. Suggesting a transition from one idea to another and copying and pasting it into your essay. Same thing. You have to write the transition yourself. Finding ideas of what's interesting about the language of a certain quote and copying and pasting it into your essay. This is actually a really helpful tool as long as you understand the points that ChatGPT is making. If you understand them, then you can write about them yourself, because the language they're commenting on, if you copy and paste text from the things they carried into ChatGPT, the AI will be looking at the actual language of the book and making some interesting claims. Feel free to investigate those claims yourself. If they make sense to you, you can then write about them in your own words. If they don't make sense, don't use them, because then you're plagiarizing. And you would, because it's not your idea if you don't understand it, right? And then if I were to ask you, what did you mean by this? You'll be like, I don't know, right? And then we know we're in trouble, okay? All right, so I hope this makes sense to you, the difference between using ChatGPT as a tool that you can then use as you investigate the text yourself, rather than using it as a tool to write your essay or come up with the ideas for your essay for you. Because that is the difference between using it effectively and ethically and using it ineffectively and inethically. Don't copy paste from ChatGPT. Not a good idea. So the last question in your Cornell notes is, how can I use ChatGPT in my revised essay, or as you're revising your essay? I want you to just spend some time thinking about that. Look through the other bullet points that I gave you, the ethical and effective ones. Can you do any of these yourself? Feel free to do those things. Of course, you can't get ChatGPT on your Chromebook, but I have a feeling you have other ways to access it, right? So take a couple minutes, and this is just a personal question that you are answering yourself. You're going to use your little noggin, like this little kitty is using his noggin to think about how he's going to steal some more treats. Thanks for hanging out. I hope this was helpful to explain how ChatGPT can be used ethically and effectively.